Welcome to Beyond the Code, the podcast where industry experts and brilliant legal minds discuss the impact of new emerging technologies. I'm your host, Yitzi Hammer, a lawyer and tech enthusiast. Join us as we explore the legal, regulatory, and ethical issues surrounding AI, blockchain, and more. Get ready to go beyond the code and stay ahead of the game. Hello and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Code. Today on Beyond the Code, I have Max Lee from Oortech joining me. I'm very excited for this episode. Firstly, because it's been almost 3 months since my last episode aired. We've been experiencing, a war out here in Israel, and so it's made it a little difficult to find time to record. But I'm super excited to be back up and running, and especially to have Max here with me. Max, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the invitation, and I'm very, very happy to be here to share my insights and my experience with all of you guys. And my name is Max Lee. I'm the founder and the CEO of Oort. And in the meanwhile, I'm also a faculty member at Columbia University, working with the electrical engineering department. And my research interests are blockchain technology and AI. And I'm also teaching these courses at Columbia for many years. Well, before I joined Columbia, I've been working with the Qualcomm research, working on designing the Snapdragon chip, the 5G chip. And I own like more than 200 patents, US and global patents, on these technologies. And also, I'm play a role in a VC called Avislayer, based in New York. So this VC is very focused on the investment on AI and the blockchain startups. So leveraging my tech background in this field.
That's phenomenal. So you have tech, academia, and also just a blockchain entrepreneur. So everything we like to have on this show. It would be great if you could elaborate a little bit more. I'd be curious to understand like how you initially fell into these technologies and what your initial research and development in these fields consisted of. And you mentioned, I think you said over 200 patents to your name. That's a whopping number. Maybe pick your top three that you're most proud of, and we could talk about those as well. I just have so many questions that I want to ask you and so many things I want to understand. Before we jump into Oort, because I know that the main focus today is going to be Oort and the products that you guys are working on, which are really, really phenomenal. But before we get there, I want to just kind of understand a little bit more like how you got to this place.
Sure. Very happy to share. So I stepped into AI fields when I was studying my PhD, like more than 10 years back. My at that time the deep neural network, I think it's back to 2011 or 2012. So people start to pay attention on the deep neural network, right? People find the deep learning. Then people came up with the name deep learning, like at that time, right? So then people find that very useful, like for image classification, lots of NLP, lots of applications, and people are excited. Just like 1 year ago, were all very excited about ChatGPT, right? So it's another wave in AI history, basically. And then after that, 2 years after that, I think back to 2015. And DeepMind published a paper in Nature. It's Avatar. They introduced the deep reinforcement learning to play Avatar games, right? So then they play the game, in the Go game against Lee Shadow, which is the champion guy in Korea, I think, right? And the machine, the AI, won the game at the end of the day. So that's back to 2015 or 16. So then, for AI, I've been I've been doing research in this field for many years since my PhD. And for blockchain, it's interesting. So at the very beginning, I didn't do blockchain. So although Bitcoin was there since 2009, but I didn't pay any attention to that. So because at that time I'm not a big guy, a big fan of a cryptocurrency, because that's in human history. There's many cryptocurrencies before. Bitcoin is not the first.
Hmm.
I think as early as 1970, there were
Really?
cryptocurrencies. Yeah, yeah. But
What-
they're
that what
centralized.
that
They're
that
centralized.
that's news to me. So like what centralized cryptocurrencies were there before Bitcoin?
Oh, there's many. There's many. If you Google, there's tons of them,
So
but they all
Bitcoin is the
failed.
first
But they all failed.
decentralized crypto,
Exactly. Hmm.
which I guess is what makes it like interesting and unique. I mean, it's the first blockchain.
Right. Yeah, yeah. But at that time, back to 2009, I say, oh, yeah, wow, this is another cryptocurrency. Nothing fancy to me, no surprise. So I didn't pay any attention to that. And then, back to I joined Columbia in the end of 2016. And
Hmm.
then, the 2017 is the year of ICO. There's a tons of ICOs in that
I
year.
know. I was there.
Yeah,
Unfortunately
it's a crazy
responsible
year,
for
right?
many of them.
Yeah, it's a crazy year, right? And then many students, because was pretty new. ICO was pretty new to most of the folks, right? And
Hmm.
the students at Columbia, they all curious about and excited about the ICO. The students, they're young guys, they're young people. They really want to understand what it is, why people
Hmm.
make lots of money from this very easily, right? They want to understand it, and they know, oh, the
How could I get in?
underlying is a blockchain technology. Yeah, yeah, exactly. They're young kids. They really want to put their hands on that, right? And then they talk to the department and say, we want to learn this thing, so we should open a course. But then at that time, in the whole department, no one knows what it is, and then no one knows what
Really?
blockchain technology is. Yeah.
2016, nobody in
I,
Colombia knew what blockchain was.
no, no, no. We have
Wow.
no course. We have no course. Um, actually, exactly in that year, there's several universities. They first opened a official course, blockchain course. I think it's Duke, Princeton, and Columbia. So I opened a course at Columbia that year. Yeah, so blockchain is like the industry and the community. They move fast, and they go first, and then followed by academia.
Hmm.
It's very unique. It's not like the other way.
It's
Like
right. It's
academia
not
is
usually like that.
advanced. Yeah, yeah. Usually academia is 10, 20 years ahead of industry, right? And the community. But blockchain is even now,
Yeah,
you
it's an
see lots
interesting
of new.
observation.
Yeah, it's lots of new stuff in blockchain popping up, like inscription these days, right? DP inscription and the DeFi, like NFT. All these things, they are invented and driven by the community and the industry. None of them are developed by academia,
Wow.
right?
That's
And then academia, these professors like us, oh, well, this is so popular. And then we start to learn it and doing research on that. So it's like academia is something following the industry in the blockchain field. So this is
yeah.
pretty unique, pretty unique.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
So
that's how I
you
step
started
into
digging deeper
blockchain.
into
Yeah,
it, and then are you the first one to teach a blockchain class in Colombia?
yeah, yeah. Back to 2017.
Wow. Okay. 2017, you launched your blockchain course in Colombia, and was it well attended?
Well, although that's crazy. So I'm teaching graduate level courses. So
Okay.
usually in the graduate level course, we have a small class, like 20 guys, 30 guys, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But for this one, I have 150.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's much more like the class size is almost the same as or even larger than algebra one, algebra two, for freshmen and
Yeah,
sophomore.
so
Um,
were you like saying to yourself like what's going on here? There's something that's like bigger than I'm realizing.
yeah,
You're
that's
saying like
crazy, huh? Yeah,
wow.
even in our department, we don't have such a big classroom. So our classroom capacity is 50,
So
and then we
standing room
borrow
only.
a yeah we borrow a big classroom lecture hall from other department. So
Wow. Okay, so that was your Genesis block. That's how you got into blockchain.
yeah,
And
right.
then how did it develop from there? Like when did you say like okay, I'm gonna take these two loves of mine, blockchain and AI, and combine them together and make an Oort?
Yeah, that's another interesting story. So, that's back to 2018. I'm teaching reinforcement learning. It's an AI course.
Mm-hmm.
So in that course, we have a final project. We ask the students to train their own AI agent
Mm-hmm.
using reinforcement learning technology. But you know that AI training is very costly, right? So these students they rent machines from Google, from Microsoft, and Amazon, and they pay lots of money for that. And the students, for the project, even they, usually they pay like $500, $1,000 for the training.
Wow.
But they complain a lot because they're students, there's a lot of money
Yeah.
for them.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just for the final project, right? And they came to me and they came to the department. They went to the department and said, can we get some reimbursement, some credits or something like that? And then at the end of the day, Google gave us 5,000 credits, but for the entire class. So of course, students need to pay.
Mm-hmm.
And then this make me motivated me to think, is there a way that we can get some cheaper computing power, right? Rather than like everybody go to Google or Amazon. These are monopolies, right? So very expensive and not friendly to individual users.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came up with ideas. It's like I can use because I know there's a lot of underutilized computing and storage powers around the world,
Mm-hmm.
right? So then I think, how can I connect all of them and make a platform and let them to serve these students,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then of course, if you want to build such a platform, you need blockchain technology, and you need lots of AI technologies and under the hook. So yeah, that's where Oort starts. And then we
When was
start
that?
to work on it. 2018,
Okay.
2018. And then my students and my colleagues and myself, we start working on that. And then we figure out there's lots of technical challenges there. And then we spend lots of time on that. And at the end of the day, we publish the papers. We did lots of a breakthrough in research, in technologies, and also we got two patents granted by the U.S. Patent Office
Wow.
in
Okay.
2021. And then the summer, 2021 summer, we decided, we think our technology is mature enough, and then we decided to bring the technology from the lab to the market, and then we came up with the project Oort. So and so far we already built one of the largest decentralized cloud in the world. We have more
Wow.
almost 30K nodes in the world, covering 107 or 108 countries.
So what is Oort? Like, where did that name come from?
Oh wow, you know Oort Cloud? So
Oort
Oort,
Cloud? No.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Oort Cloud is recognized as the boundary of our solar system.
Oh, very cool. Okay, like an
Yeah,
actual cloud.
yeah, it's actual cloud. It's actual cloud is a boundary of the solar system, and we use this name to reflect our vision, our ambition to touch and push the boundary.
I love that. I love that. And you guys are actually getting there. Like you have a working product, and it's like definitely revolutionary. So, like, let's get into the economics a little bit. Like, how is or like I understand the need. I understand what you guys bring to the market. Like, how revolutionary is this? Like, if I'm looking tomorrow um, to launch a project and I need to, either go to Azure or AWS or Google,
Mhm.
um, or like, why am I coming to you guys? Is it just cost
Well, yeah.
efficiency?
We the selling points. We have two selling points. One is
Mm-hmm.
cost is a big cost savings. We can save up to 80% compared with Amazon.
Wow.
For some services. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And the second is more important is the data privacy. So you see that nowadays more and more people care about their data privacy, right? So not as before, people doesn't really care. But now people are talking about the privacy, and what I see in the near future, everybody when you so here gonna be the story in the near future. So now let's say if I recommend a app or something to you, and like a cloud service, the first
Mm-hmm.
question you ask will be like, okay, is it expensive, right? Cheaper than Amazon? And
Mm-hmm.
second is, does the app gonna provide a similar performance compared to Amazon, right? But my vision is like in the future, not that far. Uh, so when you recommend something to somebody, so people will first ask, my data is safe. Do I have my privacy? And then I will ask the cost, and then I will ask the performance.
So if I'm
So
using, you guys are layer one, right?
yeah,
So if I'm using your cloud services, do I necessarily have to put all my data on chain?
no. On chain, on blockchain, you can only put a very small amount of data, right?
Right.
So yeah, most of data goes to off chain. These are storage nodes
Okay.
around the globe, and then we
Okay. So
use
then from
technology
us,
to protect their data.
and so how is it more protected than traditional servers?
Yep. So what we do is like all your data will be encrypted on the user end. Okay, when you upload data, you use your private key to encrypt all your data. And then your data will be chopped into hundreds of thousands small pieces, and then distributed these pieces around the globe to hundreds of thousands of these storage nodes in our
Hmm.
network. And then each node, they only store one or few pieces, encrypted pieces of your data. So
Hmm.
they have no way to decrypt it and see what the information inside. All right. And another beautiful thing is like we use the advanced coding technology to further protect your data. Means like when you want to retrieve your data, means like you need to retrieve all these thousands of small pieces from these servers around the globe
Hmm.
to recover your image, for example, or your document, right? So
Right.
our technology can guarantee you that for now, if you lost one third of your data,
Hmm.
pieces, I mean these pieces, you will still be able to recover the whole file. So any one third of pieces, even they're lost, it doesn't really matter.
So, and I'm assuming it works the same way. Like from a data privacy perspective, I always have the right to demand the deletion or return of my data. If I decided that
Right.
tomorrow I want to destroy any of the data that I have in your servers, with a click of a button, you could retrieve it from all the millions of data
Exactly.
points where it was distributed. And
Yeah, right, correct. So, yeah, not like Amazon or Google, these centralized servers, right? So they can control your data. They can delete your data, remove your data. They can, see what's in it, right?
Max,
Yeah. So,
yeah, I'm with you.
yeah, just like what you're saying is correct. I mean, not like unlike a Google or Amazon, these centralized players, so they can fully control your data, right? So,
Hmm.
yeah, they can use your data to do anything. They can remove it, delete it, and use that for their AI training purpose or whatever.
And number one, I think like most people probably aren't aware as to how um, exposed their data is when they're using these traditional servers. So that's probably definitely something that you guys should
Mm-hmm.
call out when you're in your marketing. But
Mm-hmm.
it's very clear what the advantages that you guys bring to the market. I understand that like in addition to the privacy and in addition to the efficiency and cost, you guys also have made quite a bit of headway in terms of releasing other products and also bringing those products to market through some significant
Mm-hmm.
partnerships. Could you elaborate a little bit about on the partnerships that you guys have reached and what their significance will be for your products and for potentially users on a whole?
Sure. So, for now, based on the infrastructure, so we provide three key products. One
Mm-hmm.
is Oort AI, which you can tell from the name that we provide a end-to-end solution, or
Mm-hmm.
you call it one-stop solution, AI solution for the enterprise customers.
Mm-hmm.
And the second is Oort storage for storage purpose, and the third is Oort compute for computing services
And
to
compute
our
is new,
customers.
right? As a
Yeah, compute
is
is
that an
new.
event?
Yeah,
It's
compute will be launched in this year, 2024. So we already
the other
launched the Oort
products you
AI and the
guys are
Oort storage.
AI and storage. You already have customers. It's like a viable product. It's
Right,
out. It's there. I could sign
right.
up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Only enterprise clients or also consumer use?
Well, Yeah, consumer, everybody is welcome to use that, just like Amazon or Google. So anybody can register and use it. So no matter your
Okay.
individual enterprise.
And compute, you're rolling out soon. What exactly, could you elaborate a little bit about what compute will offer?
Oh, wow. So yeah, we basically want to compute, want to offer a bunch of services that leveraging our compute resources down the
Mm-hmm.
in our infrastructure. Is like first of all, again the cost, right? So for most likely this compute power or compute will be used for AI training and AI fine tuning,
Mm-hmm.
especially for these large language models. We
Mm-hmm.
can save up to 50% compared with Amazon.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, that is a huge amount of money.
Huge, 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 huge. We're
Yeah,
talking about some of these products on a wide scale. It's millions of dollars.
exactly. You know that ChatGPT, they train there's a GPT-3 like using like tens of millions of dollars or something like that, right?
Wow. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we can save if let's say 50% saving means it's a huge.
Significant. Yeah.
Um, Yeah, so that is part we want to offer to our customers. And
Mm-hmm.
the beautiful thing is this. So here is the difference. If you want to use Oort compute, you don't need to worry about who are the guys provide these computing powers. It's not like when you go to Amazon or AWS, for example, I want to rent a machine, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I want to rent some GPU cards or something. You need to choose a location. So I can
Mm-hmm.
choose a location. Oh, I need US East, which is based in, I think it's based in Virginia or something like that, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
but in Oort, you don't even need to know where they are. So you just upload your task, computing task or AI training task, and then our network gonna get a bunch of computing machines from our infrastructure, and then to do the computing job for you. So yeah, that's a beautiful part, and we do all the heavy lifting stuff under the hook. So
And
yeah,
when will that be available?
well, we're targeting Q2 this year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good, good.
yeah,
Something to look
and
forward
back to
to.
your point. Yeah, and back to your question about the partnership. So based on these services we offer to our customers, right? So we successfully built good partnerships with the world's well-known brands. For example, like a Lenovo Image, like a Dell Computer, Dell Technology, and Tencent Cloud, and Binance BNB chain, and the BNB Greenfield, and quite a few others. We have a so I think this is pretty unique in the Web3 or crypto space. To
Yeah,
for a
these are
company to secure so
brand
many
name
big
partnerships.
yeah, and they are not only partners; they are also the clients. For example, like a Lenovo Image, they already implement Oort AI solution to their customer service
Mm-hmm.
system on all their channels, like their app, their WeChat, and this we launched that at the end of September last year.
Mm-hmm.
So in the past few months, we saved them lots of money, and their user satisfaction rate increased from 30% to 95%.
Wow.
That's
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 insane.
huge.
That's insane.
That's insane, right? That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
before they use Or AI, they use call centers, and they pay lots of money, and the call center doesn't work. We all have the experience, right?
yeah.
You make a phone call, you have to wait on the line, and they have office hours. They don't work on holidays, and
And they don't
but
understand the product. They don't understand you.
yeah,
Wow.
and it's not the efficiency, right? But now the AI is like a real person. It's just 24/7, no holidays. So
Wow.
whenever you want to talk to the AI, you talk to it, and then he can help you resolve your problem step by step. You know?
Wow. Okay. And it supports multiple languages as well.
Yeah, support multiple languages, and it's like we call it multi-mode. It's a versatility means like the response from the AI could be text, could be audio, could be video, could be like image. It's way more advanced than the phone calls, right?
Yeah. Uh, as somebody who hates speaking to call centers, I could definitely relate on a consumer basis. Um, all right. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Um, okay. I think we've covered Oort. I would love to know a couple things. Number one, like what are your visions for Oort? Are you guys looking to raise another round? If some of our listeners are interested in investing, like are there any investment opportunities? Do you guys plan on or have you already incorporated a token? And if so, how does that play into the whole picture?
Yeah, from the fundraising perspective, we already finished 3 rounds of fundraising so
Mm-hmm.
far. I think in the near future we may open another round. But the good news for the community members is like we're gonna issue and list our tokens in 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
We are targeting Jan 15th right now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're gonna make an announcement very soon. Yeah, if you're interested, you can purchase our tokens and become our community member and try our product and be part of the team. Yeah.
Airdrop for everybody who listens to Beyond the Code.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, that's from an investment perspective. And how are the tokens like? What part will they play within the ecosystem, within the Oort ecosystem? Like, is it a utility token? Is it a governance token?
Yeah, it's the token. It's a utility token. You can use token for three purposes. One is for all the payments. All the payments and for our services. If you use token, of course, for now we support all like credit cards and bank account payment. But if we encourage people to pay using our tokens, if you pay using tokens, we can give like some
Discount.
discount, like say
That's great.
20%, 30% or something like
Oh
that.
wow.
And second is the voting power or kind of a governance, right? So for all the important things, about the project, we are be very transparent to the community, and we ask communities to vote. And the third one is the staking.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is like if you want to join some of our, if you want to play some role in the project, for example, if you want to be the service provider, infrastructure service provider, like you have a very huge, big, powerful machine, you want to contribute to Oort, you need a stake to ensure the qualities, right,
Mm-hmm.
of your machine and the reliability of your machine. And also we have a bunch of other services. We need participants from the community. And if we want to participate in this event services and play a role there, you need to stake your token. Make sure that you are a qualified guy playing the role. So these are the three key
Uses,
functionalities
use
of
cases. Mm-hmm.
uses of the token. Yep.
Okay, very cool. Um, okay, so I think that's pretty much it as far as Oort is concerned. Is there anything else that you want to add as far as related to Oort before we move on?
Well, so yeah, for Oort, we are trying to build the greatest product in the Web3 space for the community. And that our you can tell our gene is pretty unique because we are all targeting massive adoption. So in my view, Web3 is good, crypto is good, right? It's very revolutionary, but the community is still small. So compared with the Web2, right? So it's still small. Let me tell you this insight, like a DAO, okay? So
Mm-hmm.
DAO as our partner can help promote our product to their up to 10 million users around the globe. That's huge, right? But you know that the average age of these users are about 40, and very few of them are crypto guys,
Yeah.
right? But
Inter-
yeah,
I never thought about it that way. But
yeah.
I guess you're
So
right.
that
Like,
means like
only there's
yeah,
only a small portion of degens, of like real degens out there. I guess like the rest are
right.
all mature adults who haven't found their way into
Yeah,
the
mature
system yet.
adults who has the capability to pay for the service, right?
Yeah.
They're mature adults and but they're not crypto guy. So our goal is to use our service to secure this massive we call this Web2 guys who has the capability to pay for the service, right? And then we convert them into the Web3 guy and let them to start use crypto and this So that's our goal. So that's why you can tell from our product for the payment service. Our first payment service is credit cards. So the whole
Hmm.
user experience has no difference compared with Amazon or Google. You just use your credit card, pay for it, right? It's not like other Web 2, Web 3, or crypto projects. It's like, okay, the first step, you need to install a MetaMask, right? And then
Yeah.
lots of people would, oh, I don't
But
know what it is.
believe me, I'm familiar.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
well, so that's great.
right,
That's a huge advantage as far as onboarding new customers is concerned.
right,
Because you should,
right.
you're, and I mentioned this to John as well. When if I'm coming to somebody and marketing your product, you're not a blockchain product. You're not. I mean, you're not another crypto company. You're and I
I would
don't mean this
say,
in any
yeah,
in any bad way to all the crypto companies out there, many of whom are my clients. There's nothing wrong with being a crypto company, but it brings a
no,
whole
nothing wrong.
nother uh, it has a whole other meaning as far as investors and new users are concerned, and the fact that you have the ability to so freely onboard people who are new to this space without having to go through that whole headache of explaining what crypto is and what a blockchain is and what a wallet
Right, right.
is definitely a huge added benefit. So that's great. Tell me, I wanted to ask you have your, like we said at the beginning, your academia hat, and you have your entrepreneurial hat. But you also have a investor hat. You
Mm.
you have this VC. Could you spell it out for me?
Uh, yeah,
I didn't catch
Ivy
when you mentioned
Slayer, Ivy
a
Slayer, A V
a
E S L
a
A
V
I
Slayer,
R.
A
Yeah,
I
Ivy
R,
Slayer, A V
A
E
V
S
E S
L
L A I R.
A. Yeah, exactly. Based in New York.
And is it a crypto centric fund, or do you guys
Yes, yeah, most likely crypto centric. But we
Mm-hmm.
also invest in non-crypto projects as well. Some AI companies, for example.
Okay, you guys are an early stage fund, or you invest
Yeah, early, very early stage fund.
very early? Okay. Have you guys invested in Oort?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Okay, just making
Yeah,
sure. Um,
yeah, we also
uh,
invest in a AI company. What's the name of the company? Like 2 years ago in Israel. Yeah,
oh yeah. Okay,
yeah,
maybe
it's an
it's
AI
somebody I'm
company.
familiar with.
Yeah, it's an
Um,
AI company. Yeah.
okay. Um, okay. So what are some of your takeaways as being like an investor and an entrepreneur together? Like how do you see things differently in your entrepreneurial hat, having also vetted companies as an investor?
Well, it's like you do the same thing from two different angles, right?
Yeah.
So there's always a discrepancy between the entrepreneur and the VC. So
Hmm.
when they're looking at the same thing. Yeah.
So how do
So
you
I have this.
resonate with that imbalance?
So I think it's good for me because I play these two roles and I know the my side of VC and also the my side of entrepreneur, and this
Hmm.
helped me a lot when I think uh, when I think where Oort is moving forward. I use a mindset, not only the entrepreneur mindset but also the VC mindset. Let's say if
Hmm.
I'm a VC, I look at Oort, right? I should give this project a suggestion where you guys should move forward. Is the
Hmm.
current direction is a good one, right? So it's a different mindset. Yeah, this helped me a lot when I run Ort. So yeah,
And then I'm sure also from an investment perspective, like when you look at companies and you've been the guy sitting in the driver's seat yourself, and you could probably resonate with a lot of the challenges and difficulties that some of the entrepreneurs have,
right.
and know how to ask the difficult questions, and also probably know when they're bullshitting. um,
Mm.
I definitely think it's a superpower,
Yeah.
and doesn't take away in any sense. um, Thank you, this has been phenomenal. um, any final thoughts or key messages you'd like to leave our audience with?
Wow, yeah. So there's so many things I wanna, messages I wanna leave for the audience. Because that if you're interested in the blockchain or AI, I would say you're gonna see a very bright future. There's a tons of opportunities there. But tons of opportunities means they have a good side and bad side. So the good side is you are excited, right? Because you see many opportunities, you see things are changing every day, and you have lots of new stuff there. So you feel excited and very energetic, and that's a good side, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the bad side is like because when people are facing so many opportunities and so many possibilities down the road, they may get lost and they may choose someone which their choice is not mature, and then they spend lots of time, money, effort in it, but then after 2 years, 3 years, they fail, right? Although they fail, they still learn, but it's not good results, right? So I see so many such entrepreneurs. Um, they all rushing. They all rushing. They all take actions before they think through
Mm-hmm.
because every day they feel excited because let's say your friend told me, oh, these days inscription is very hot. These guys make lots of fortune out of it, and they use, oh, I will go for it,
Oh,
right?
the FOMO,
So
the FOMO. It's full of
yeah, the
FOMO, this
FOMO, right?
space.
You go for it, and then tomorrow maybe, oh, DeFi is very hot, and NFT is very hot, right? Because it's changing so fast. Especially, and you see many people they're making money out of it, right? Very very easily, very
Mm-hmm.
quickly, and then at that time, very few people can stay calm and think, is this the right thing I should do? Right?
Sure.
So I see so many young people, they don't even think. They just go there and do, and then they don't make any money at the end of the day, but they spend lots of time and effort on it. So that's I think, especially in this period, AI and the blockchain, they're changing so fast. If you want to work, I see so many AI entrepreneurs. Once they see, oh, ChatGPT 3, ChatGPT 4, so powerful, and they see so many opportunities, and then they start to fund their own project. They get some money from their parents, from their family members, and they start their business. But then, like a few months ago, when GPT-4 Turbo uh, in their dev day, right? They announced a GPT Turbo. They killed thousands, tens of thousands of startups because what these startups are building are all realized are all some
Through
features in
AI.
Turbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, right. So that and they yeah, I see so many young people, they feel so disappointed, and they killed by GPT Turbo. So that's what I want to say here. It's like before you move, you feel excited. Before you move, you need to think through. You need to calm down. Don't even look at others like, oh, they make money, they make money, they make. Yeah, think through and do some research, and before you decided to do so.
That's great. I think that's invaluable advice, and I appreciate it on a personal level. I'm sure our audience will feel the same. If if anybody wants to learn more about Oort, follow on, maybe read a little bit about your research. What are your socials? What's the best way to get in touch with you, to follow you, to learn more about your product?
Well, you can follow my Twitter and the Oort official Twitter account. Yeah,
What's
so
your
yeah.
handle?
At Dr. Max Lee.
Dr. Maxley. Okay.
Dr. Max Lee. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Dr. Lee. Thank you for listening to Beyond the Code. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe, share with your friends, and to tune in again next week for more fun and insightful conversation.